Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. Could it be? Could it be? Could it actually be happening? That's the question. You know, the dominoes seem to be falling one after another. It started with working class voters, then it was Hispanic voters, now it seems as though black voters are even having a wake-up call moment, although I'm not exactly willing to go that far yet, but the point is, one group after another, we're seeing a trend of ditching the Democrats, to a certain extent. Well, what's the next group? And what if I told you it's possibly young voters? Democrats claim to fame. I mean, that's really been the investment lately. It seems almost as if the Democrats have been willing to completely let go of historic political relationships in order to court the young vote. The next generation is what they keep telling you. The next generation, this Gen Z generation, is the most left-wing ever. Well, in the end, I'm not so sure if that's the case. It seems as though the times are a-changin', and you know the times are changing when PragerU goes to a woke college campus, and the students there, well, seemed normal and answered questions like normal, rational human beings. I mean, it was kind of astonishing. A sight I haven't seen in a while, considering the blue-haired SJWs usually suck all the oxygen out of the room, taking away all the attention it seems we've overlooked. The regular folk who've been listening, sanity might just prevail. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so let's start off really quickly with the PragerU clip.
What's up, guys? Aldo here with PragerU. The term racism has been thrown around a lot recently. So today we came to California State University Northridge to ask students to react to a couple media headlines and to see if they think the term racism is overused in today's society. Let's go. So it's pumpkin spice latte season. What do you guys think of pumpkin spice lattes?
Love it.
I actually liked it the most. It's probably my favorite one.
I didn't want to try it first, but when I tried it, I was like, it's a good option.
What if I were to tell you guys that by drinking pumpkin spice lattes, you may be engaging in racism?
I'd be confused.
How?
So there was this new article came out, I want to show you guys. It says how racism found a home in pumpkin spice latte culture. This woman who wrote the article says that not only pumpkin spice lattes, but pumpkins have a history of whiteness, and it's very deeply embedded in white culture. What's your guys' reaction to this?
I think it's tasty, and I don't think about race when I'm drinking it.
I don't really care. Get your lattes if you want them.
I mean, I'm still confused. How?
How does a fruit remarks like the history of a culture?
I mean, everyone loves it. There's nothing negative about it. So
Would you say, like, pumpkin pie is racist?
Do you ever exercise or work out?
Yes, I played water polo and also swim.
I go to the gym like 4 times a week.
I'm on the men's soccer team here, so I work out now 3 times a week.
What if I were to tell you that by working out and engaging in physical fitness, you were actively participating in white supremacy?
Explain to me how.
Didn't really know that. That's
I
crazy.
didn't think those two would have a relationship.
I did not know that. I did not see that coming.
An article recently came out, and it says the white supremacist origins of exercising. What do you think about that headline?
It's bullshit.
I didn't think just working out, something like a basic human need, would be white supremacy. So that's just kind of shocking to me.
A couple other examples I want to show you here. We have BMI standards are racist. We have math confronts its white patriarchal past. Have you ever taken any math classes in your life?
Yes, I have.
What if I were to tell you that you may be unknowingly engaging in white supremacy?
How?
We have professionalism harms workers of color. Clean pantries are racist and sexist. What do you guys think about these headlines?
Sounds a little outrageous now.
It sounds absurd.
Do you think that the word racist is overused in our society today?
I don't know about overuse. Sometimes I guess it could be used lightly.
I think it is overused, oversensitive.
It is used so much that it's like, where's the value? Like, which is really taken seriously for what's racism and what's people just using it as a word or a slang? If it is just the word being thrown around, that's not actually supporting what we're trying to stop or prevent, then it can be harmful, I guess, yes.
Overusing that word can take away the weight of it and what it actually looks like.
Doesn't make it as strong of a word anymore, and it's kind of, it's a shame because it's still truly an issue, but it's just tossed around too much.
There's a lot of words that are kind of just like thrown around because it's just like, you know, it brings out like some anger in people when they hear it, especially targeted towards them. And it's, unfortunately, there's words like that love to be thrown.
People who are actually trying to stand up for racism, it harshen or it like diminishes their voice.
Even after seeing that Time magazine headline, are you gonna still hit the gym?
I'm gonna hit the gym 50 times harder, bro.
You know, it's almost as if it was a moment of reckoning, a moment of realization in a way. I'm sure a lot of these young college students exist on these college campuses just buying into the indoctrination, and I don't necessarily blame them. You know, when I was their age, I was distracted by a million different things, not really paying attention too deeply, so I'm sure a lot of them bought into all the narratives. You know, they read it in the textbook, the teacher tells them. I'm sure a lot of them were probably even down to be woke. Then when confronted with wokeism, with actual wokeness in practice, you see how everyone's willing to hit the brakes. And you know, this is why I think this video is so important, because it shows what's happening in real time. This is what's happening. You have these young kids with no experience growing up, indoctrinated with all of this wokeness, and then they get confronted with the absolute freaking lunacy of what they've been taught, you know, some of the crazy stuff that their peers are saying, and they're having that infamous red pill moment. Red pills are being handed out by the millions, and it seems to be a one-sided phenomenon. The red pill side, and I don't mean the red pill side on the whole males issue thing, I mean the original red pill, the political red pill. You know, more and more people seem to be waking up and coming over to our side, and I'm not seeing too much happening in the other direction. Because this side isn't saying that men can get pregnant. Meanwhile, youngsters sitting around in Democrat circles, looking around from side to side, are realizing, I'm in a freaking insane asylum. That's why we're seeing this. Such a huge shift in young Gen Z males identifying as conservatives. That's why we're seeing numbers like this, which is arguably one of the most shocking things I've seen all week. Honestly, maybe all year. Trump now leads Biden and is building support among young voters. This is from an Emerson College poll. Pollsters found Trump performing better than Joe Biden among the youngest voters, leading the incumbent among 18 to 29-year-olds by about 2 points, at 45.2% to 42.9%. The former president also leads among 30 to 39-year-olds by about 11 points. You know, Gen Z's pretty woke, but I think millennials bought into it harder, and it became more of an acceptable identity throughout the entire years of Obama. But to my shock, it seems like millennials are on the Trump train. Then we go to the wokest generation, which is Gen Z. Halfway through the story, seems to be having a little bit of an identity crisis and shift. By the end of it, Gen Z might not be the wokest generation. They might be the most conservative, or at least the most staunchly conservative. There seems to be some sort of pushback. You know, there always is. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Well, of course, we've seen the woke action, that's for sure. They've done nothing but act for the last 8 years. Well, now I think we're finally seeing the reaction. The counterforce, the pendulum swinging, the inflection point, whatever you want to call it. I think it's happening as leftoids are losing their closest ally, youngsters. And you know what? I don't blame any of these youngsters. I think if I was Gen Z, I probably would have had my political awakening at a much younger age. I mean, could you imagine being 19 years old right now, seeing all the nonsense around you? I mean, I know how I was back then. If I was seeing all these woke kids with the blue hair and the weird cosplays and the changing pronouns every week, the glorification of psychological issues and trauma, it would shoot me in the completely opposite direction. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's happening, especially amongst young males. I mean, I feel like if I was Gen Z and somebody called me woke, it would be either the greatest embarrassment or the greatest insult. And I'm sure that's how a lot of young guys feel out there. And I don't blame you. Keep feeling that way, because I think it's totally justified. In fact, I think you're doing the Lord's work. You may be saving the world from a woke catastrophe. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.